fans. We are joined by Matt McKay, assistant captain to the Grand Falls Rapids, a stranger, of course, to none of you because you watched this guy all of last season. Third leading scorer of all time for the Grand Falls Rapids, I might add. I don't know, did you know that, Matt, or is that something that you pay attention to?
I did not know that.
Yeah, and you got a good shot at taking over the lead because the other two guys ahead of you are no longer with the organization. So Dawson and JS. So you got a good chance of taking over that lead if the season ever starts next year.
Yeah, hopefully we get something.
Where have you been quarantining at?
Just my house here in Sackville, Nova Scotia.
Gotcha. And how are things down there?
Not too bad. I think the number of cases have been decreasing pretty good each day, so more and more things are starting to open back up.
There you go.
So that's good.
A little bit of normalcy coming back to the back there. Yeah.
Gonna get a little bit now out of the house.
How's this routine affected your off-season procedures? I know a lot of you guys have, kind of things that you do every year in the off-season. How's this affected your ability to kind of maintain your routine there?
It's affected it pretty big, I guess, with all the gyms being closed, and kind of at the end of the season you like to take a little break, but it's kind of good to get back into things, get on the ice, and which we haven't been able to do. I've been just trying to get to the tracks are open, so I'm trying to get out there and do as much stuff at home as I can.
Gotcha. Do you have a home gym set up, or you just kind of using whatever you got around the house to kind of do what you can do?
Pretty much, yeah. I wouldn't call it a home gym.
Gotcha. Yeah, like many of us, I have a home studio, but I'll do an MTV type studio tour here one of these days. And you'll see it's not really much of a studio; it's more of a desk with a microphone on it. So it's different times for all of us. So what have you been up to this summer? Yeah. Obviously quarantining, but now that things are starting to open up, what are you doing?
I actually work at a golf course in Halifax, so that was able to open up. So I've been trying to work as much as I can there, and then getting out golfing as well, something to do instead of getting out and training and kind of take a break. So that's been really good. That's kind of what I've been doing lately.
What's your golf handicap? And be honest.
Start of the year is always a little tough, but usually when I get into the swing of things, I'd say around a 9 or 10.
Okay, all right. Sounds like we might have to set up a little friendly golf match here. There's a couple of you guys on the team who are golfers, so by the time you come back, this will be open. So
excited to get out with the guys again.
Good deal. And have you been watching anything of note on Netflix or anywhere else? Any series or anything that you'd recommend to people while you've been sitting there quarantining?
Well, lately with work opening back up, that's kind of all I've been doing and getting out. So I haven't been on Netflix a whole lot, but definitely when the quarantine started, that's kind of all I was doing.
Cool. What were you watching when you were watching it? Anything good there that you were watching?
I watched Prison Break and this new show Outer Banks. They were pretty good. I've watched Prison Break before, but I just kind of went through it again.
Running through the series, yeah. No, I think there's a few of us that have been doing that. I think there's a lot of these series that are getting some reruns through there. So good. And so, what are your thoughts on the start of the season? Given the fact that we're in this situation and there's no real, I guess, call it an end in sight. I mean, things are starting to reopen, but obviously the start of the season's a little bit up in the air right now. What are your thoughts on what may happen?
I definitely hope we can start everything on time, get back to training camp. I know probably everyone's itching to get back on the ice and get back into game shape, which is always tough after kind of a break like this. But I hope borders can open up. I hope the rinks can and we can still have fans at the games. That's probably the biggest thing. Playing an empty rink would not be the most fun.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about kind of what the new norm may look like, and obviously concerts and that kind of stuff have been put on hold until probably the end of the year. So no word on what our hockey rinks would be like. But you wonder if a thing like hockey TV would be an option, and the games play with no fans in the stands. But I know how much that that fan base means. So I wonder what it would be like.
Yeah, I think without the fans, you can tell it's a lot more dead in the rink. They bring all the energy, like any play, goal, hit even, sometimes fights. They bring all the energy and kind of get you going that much more. So without the fans, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be like if it comes to that.
For sure, for sure. And are you keeping in touch with any of the other guys on the team this summer?
A little bit, yeah. Seeing what the guys are doing. Most guys, it seems, are the ones who golf, get out, and I think we've all been kind of doing the same thing, trying to do what we can from home for training wise.
Right on. And so, if you had to be quarantined with any 3 teammates on the team, who would they be? Now, this is This isn't a 2-day quarantine. This is an extended quarantine here.
Yeah.
Pick wisely.
Well, through the year, I spent a lot of time in my past 2 years with Matt McKay. He's not with the team anymore, but I'd probably have to pick. He'd be one of them. These are tough. I'd probably go with Miguel Perry. I think it'd be someone good to have around in quarantine. And I'll go with Nash.
There you go.
Nash Smith.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. And what are your thoughts on the NHL announcement yesterday, opening up the 24-team playoff situation there? Any thoughts?
I think it'll be fun to watch, definitely, but I don't know. It's going to be different with the 24 teams and all that going on. So we'll see how they work it out, but it'll definitely be good to get to actually watch some live sports. Yeah, something to look forward to.
Yeah, I said on my radio show that I'm tired of watching that '93 series, Los Angeles Toronto series, where Gretzky high stick Gilmore and Costa leads the cup.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of the Boston Bruins stuff. So I'm a Bruins fan, so I've been watching those. So
there's a couple of your Bruins fans on the team there. It sounds like, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a few of us.
We may have to be talking when the playoffs do finally start here, and we'll make some friendly wagers or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
if the Leafs can shake off their back there, I don't know. So, who was?
I don't know. We'll see.
Who was your biggest influence growing up?
I was always a big fan of Bobby Orr. I never really got to watch him play, but he was always kind of like who I looked up to and who I watched. I always wore number 4, like when I was younger, until I switched kind of when I got older. But he was kind of the guy I like to watch.
Okay. And is there a story behind your number that you're wearing now? Reason why you chose that one?
Not really. I think 1 year back in spring hockey, I wasn't able to wear number 4. Someone else had it, so I kind of just switched up to 77 Ray Bork, and then I went to 19 in midget because there was no 77 or 4 wasn't available again. And then when 77, I saw it was open when I got to Grand Falls. I just jumped on that.
Cool. All right, so one final question. You're sitting on the bench, Stanley Cup Final, Game 7. The camera's panning down the bench. It stops on you. You look in the camera. Who's the first person you say hi
to? Probably say hi to my family. Everybody watching. I'd hope they were at the game, but I'd be saying hi to everyone else.
There you go. It's kind of a running joke. We were talking about that in the office some time ago, before all the quarantine started here. But how it always seems to be mom who gets the high. Dad's up and drives you to practice in the morning, all 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then when it comes time to the big game, it's always mom who gets the high. So I like that.
Yeah. I'd wave. I'd say hi to both of them, I guess. I'll go with that.
There you go. Well, awesome, Matt. Hey, listen, thanks for taking some time out of your off-season routine here and your game schedule, golf game schedule, that is, to be with us. And we look forward to the start of the season whenever that is. And we'll talk to you if the season doesn't start on time. We'll probably have another chat before then. But thanks very much and stay safe down there.
Perfect. Thanks for having me. Excited to see you all next year.
Awesome. Thanks, man.